Hi everyone, Nate here, and today I'm going to be showing you some of the features of Google Classroom. This is not going to be a tutorial, rather I'm just going to give you a tease and show you some of what Google Classroom can do. So I'm going to click on my class here, and one of the first things I want to show you is just what sorts of questions or assignments you can make with Google Classroom. We can create a question. I made one here in my test classroom. What did you have for breakfast? And students should comment. But we can also create an assignment and create an announcement. Announcement is just, you can put a link to something. You can put a little video and say, oh, here's the video I told you about in class today, check it out. Or a Google Doc or an attachment of any kind, really. So there's lots of things you can do in an announcement other than just make an announcement. The other thing is creating assignments. So this is probably the main feature that I find really helpful, is Google Classroom really is a good way to manage assignments digitally. If you want to do homework digitally and have students submitting papers and study guides and all things like that digitally, Google Classroom is a really slick way to manage that. So I'm going to name this sample assignment. Description, please complete. Sure. We'll make it due October 29. That's good. That's tomorrow. And it's going to be, we're going to select our class here. We just want this, but we could select both. I'm not going to do that. Okay, if I select a Google Doc now, we'll find something here. We'll try this Unit 1 web activity. Alright, and here are the options that are really attractive. Students can view file, so you can make it just something that they reference. Students can edit the file. You could make it a joint Google Doc that students are all editing together and making comments, and it's almost like a big chat in it. That can be a little bit of a mess if you have a lot of students. But what I usually do is make a copy for each student. This is really nice. So I'll show you how this works here. I hit assign, and students usually will get an email when a new assignment pops up. They can actually change that option in their settings. Settings are down there somewhere. But yeah, the assignment will show up here for students, and as soon as they click on that assignment, Unit 1 web activity, it will make a copy in their drive that will also be automatically shared with you. So let me show you how this works in my Global Issues class. So here I've got Afghanistan activities, and I added a comment here of an article that was blocked that I had to copy into a Google Doc. But other than that, it was just a document that says, fill out the guide below, due next Tuesday. Students clicked on it, and it made a copy. Now, if I click on it, I can see each one of their copies. Now, whoops, that shows me the document. If I click on this, it should show me each of their copies. There we go. So I have 18 done, 2 not, and I've started grading this but have not finished yet. And yeah, it just shows me all their assignments right here. Shows me who's late. It also can show me who hasn't done it yet. It might just have a name, so you can tell if a student hasn't even clicked on that assignment yet or started it. You can tell that. There are other things you can tell, like because it's a Google Doc, you can see when they completed it. So I could go into this one, the student, and I can see her revision history. And in this case, it actually looks like she hit submit and she hasn't done anything. Let's take one I know completed it and see their revision history. So let's try Emma here. Okay, so this bold text is her writing, and I can file, see revision history, and I can see that she started it on October 19 and finished it on October 20. We can see more detail, and we can see, step by step what she changed. So here's what it looked like at that time, but 10 minutes before that it looked like this. And you can actually tell if a student has copied and pasted a whole bunch all at once. You can see that. So yeah, it's pretty handy for keep track of that. It does make it a little harder for students just to copy and paste answers from other students when you can check on that if you have any suspicion. So that's a really nice feature. Again, that's the feature for making a copy. Each student will get a copy, rather. And yeah, that's I've found a really great way to manage assignments. Now, for grading them, ideally, the way I'm trying to start doing it here is just click on a student name, and then open it up. And this would open it up, and then I go back to here, and I would put 15 out of 15 or whatever, and hit enter. And then when I'm done, I would say all of the ones that are done, and then I hit return, and that returns them to students. And then they can make changes if they need to, and it gives them their grade. So yeah, that is a pretty cool feature for Google Classroom. Now let's talk about the limitations really quick. Google Classroom is not, in my mind, a very good replacement for your learning management system. It's not a good replacement for Moodle or a Google site. In fact, for this, I still have a Google site. So this is a new page for me this semester, but I still have this Google site, and this is an easier kind of landing place for materials for my students. And it's pretty bare bones because it's the first semester I've done it, but it just has some of the basic stuff here that they needed for that intro unit. For the global economics unit, etc. And so I still have that, and it accompanies the Google Classroom, which is more of the way to manage assignments and handing them in. It's kind of like my digital inbox and gradebook in a way. Now you still have to enter these scores in Net Classroom, so that's something to keep in mind, in FA Web rather. You're not going to be able to import them right in or anything like that, but it is pretty quick to do that. So yeah, I have tried here to in the past kind of manage and put files in there and organize my units, but I have not found Google Classroom a very good way to do that. This is all a continuous stream here. You can't really reorganize things and drag them around. Again, it's just a way for you to kind of post assignments, post announcements, keep in touch with students, and really collect and grade assignments. I think it's a great way to do that if you're trying to do more of that digitally. All right. If you have any questions,
that's it for
let me
this
know.
one.
But if you have any questions, please let me know.
Happy to show you how to set Google Classroom.
It is an
for your
easy thing
classes.
that you could set up very quickly, even if you just wanted to try it for one assignment.
If you have any questions,
Students already have
love to hear
Gmail
from
accounts.
you already have
I'd be happy to show you how to set Google Classroom up for your classes.
And yeah, it's really easy. So,
all right.
let me know.
If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to hear from you.